Hello, I'm Rich Dean with West Coast Collector Cars in Oregon, and today we got a very nice 1948 Lincoln Continental Coupe to show you. Now this is the last of this series. This is the first generation Lincoln, and 1948 was the last year for the Lincoln in this generation, and consequently the last year for the V12. But this is a very nice car, very cool, very nice driving car. Everything works on it. It's really a sweet car. But let me take you around, show you some of its fine points here. The paint, it was repainted, and in fact it was restored, I'm going to say at least maybe 10, 12 years ago, and they did do a base coat, clear coat on it. Look at that black deep paint. Very nice. All the trim and bright work is present on the car. All the glass is nice on the car. Here's how you get in the car. You push this button here, and that's how they work. You just push the button and pull the door open. All of the weather stripping was replaced on the car when it was restored, so all the whiskers and so forth are present. Leather was refinished in this nice leather material, the interior rather, nice leather material. Very comfortable to drive, very easy to drive. It's a 3-speed manual transmission. That dash is excellent. All the gauges work, except for the clock. The radio does turn on. I can't hear it very much, but it does turn on. Of course, it's a tube radio. And little heater works. Doors shut nice, easy, thin lines. It was very nicely done. Real quick here, I want to point you to the website, westcoastcollectorcars.com. If you haven't gone there already, would like to have you go there if you're interested in the car and take a look at the undercarriage. Now, this car was restored with the frame off, and so you can see under there, very clean, very nice. Of course, they painted the frame black and everything, so very clean under there. Need to see that. No rust on the car. Just very nicely done. They didn't do any patch panels or anything like that. It's just very clean everywhere you look. The wheels and tires, now of course these are Lincoln steel wheels with the hubcap and the beauty ring. You got these large, these are got to be 4.5 inch wide white walls, but boy, they fit the car perfect, don't they? You can kind of see the styling cues back here, you know, with the, you know, the tail lighting and so forth. This was kind of, I think I mentioned in the text ad, coming out of the Empire styling and kind of getting a little bit into the Art Deco and so forth, and you can kind of see that in some of the styling cues. All the chrome is nice. Right here on the trunk you have a little, and this is the same with the doors, you got a little hidden key. Put the key in there to lock or unlock your trunk. Now, I've got the trunk unlocked. I want to show you this. You just unlatch it here, pull up, and inside the trunk, you'll notice, is all nicely upholstered as well. These are the skirts. These are the fender skirts, and they're not on the car, obviously, but you know, if a person wanted them on there, they do come with the car. Again, finished off nicely, weather stripping all in here, nice and pliable. Trunk, you just close it like this, and then these two latches hold it down. Continental kit, Lincoln Continental, that's where it got its name, and of course it is present. All the trim and bright work on the car, including, you know, the beads such as this and around the windows and so forth. Very nice. Again, you know, the weather stripping would have been replaced and so forth when it was restored and painted. Nice, again, you know, you can see nice deep paint. Show you the interior on this side. Push the button, open the door. These are power windows here. So you can see your windows work, both sides work great, up and down. All the glass again is nice. You can see new weather stripping here, the channels and so forth in the window. All that was replaced when it was new. Look at that big red steering wheel. You know, this car, you know, they didn't have power steering per se back then, but this sure does steer nice and easy. Wipers work. Has an inside hood release, so let me hit that and we'll pop the hood so I can show you that. One updated accessory it does have, and this is kind of nice with these flatheads, and that is an electric fuel pump. Now, a lot of the flatheads, the fuel pump, you know, back in the day was on top of the engine. So if the car sat for any amount of time, you know, you have to pump and, you know, and crank on the key and so forth to get that to eventually, you know, push fuel up into the carburetor. But this one has an electric fuel pump, so that's a nice feature. I want to take you under the hood here and point out, again, last of the V12s. So this is the V12, and I want to point out some of the things I noticed. The wiring, take a look at that. This thing has been completely done in its original style wiring, and it's all very nice, very crisp. This is a good running engine. If you're familiar with the flathead style engine, they just run so smooth and start nice and so forth. This car does not have any overheating issues either. Up under the hood, nice. You see where they mounted the horns here, and the horns do work on the car. Still has a 6-volt system, generator. All the air cleaner, the factory stuff is all intact. They just did a really nice job on the restoration. I guess the downside of this car, if I could tell you something, is I don't really have any provenance for it. In other words, I don't have any documents or receipts on the restoration. I wish I did, because I'm quite certain someone spent a lot of money, a lot of time, and a lot of effort to get this car to the level that you see it here today. But otherwise, nothing of any consequence on the car. Starts, runs, drives nice. Clutch works nice and easy. Again, all gauges work, all accessories work. It's just a neat car. Lots of chrome for you to polish. Take a look up here. It's just a nice big old American grill. So what I'd like to do now is I'll hop in the car, start it, you'll get to hear it run. I'll just drive it around the parking lot a little bit here so you can kind of see it move under its own power. It's a very cool car. I mentioned this in the text ad also, you know, ideal, you know, if a person wanted to have a business and use this car for weddings or any kind of anniversary or occasion such as that. Want to just go out for a nice dinner and pull up to the restaurant. Doesn't get any cooler than that. But no, this is a beautiful car, and let's take it for a quick spin. Also, the vent here is operable too. This is how you provide fresh air into the cabin. I'll show you that too. Very smooth to operate, very easy to drive. You know, you got to turn it and so forth, but it's not hard to steer. It's not hard to turn. Excellent, you know, and this nice steering wheel. It's in excellent shape. There's no cracks or anything in it. It's kind of a translucent red color, which matches the interior very nicely. This is just a very, very sweet, very nice Lincoln. You know, they don't come around that often. It's nice. But if I can answer any further questions for you about this Lincoln, don't hesitate to give me a call. Again, my name is Rich Dean, and this is West Coast Collector Cars. My number is 503-851-6763, and thank you for watching today.